Good morning, darling. Okay, as promised, we're gonna do some low back stuff today. So with that said, let's go ahead. Put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I've been up researching this morning because I'm a nerd like that. About the history of religions, and I believe in the people of the stories. I believe also that the stories have not been told correctly, and going all the way back to a space of like creation story and looking at different like indigenous story. You know, I think the one thing that all books come away from is what we're taught in religion is never how to take care of the land, how to take care of each other. Don't you think that like someone would have like, I don't know, written in like the actual story of like childbirth? Here are the things that you do. Like, why aren't we taught this shit? Like, I think that like there's no guide for humans. And I don't think that you necessarily have to write it down. I think that you can teach it orally, but like we've also come away from like that tradition too. And so there's just so many things, so many things. So, and then apparently it's supposed to snow here today. It's like 20 degrees outside right now. Anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and start off. Yeah, let's start off on our backs today. If you have it, a pillow, or if you haven't invested in a yoga block, this is a good place to kind of start. So rather than starting in Shavasana, let's start in like a supported bridge pose. And you can take the block or a couple of pillows and stack them under your low back and sacrum. And then you can always just take your feet like together to touch and let your knees swap out to the sides. You can also extend your legs in front of you. That might be a lot to the low back. Marlene also like suggests sometimes to like move the block or the support further down onto the tailbone too. But just thinking about where you can kind of like find a little bit of like release in your low back with some support here, right? So it's like a mini back bend support, but not a full-on, you know, back bend. So with that said, we come into our breath. So breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our mouth. Okay, nice deep inhale. And exhale. Two more times. And exhale. And last one, big inhale. And exhale. Coming into a space of gratitude, we give gratitude for this earth. Thinking about ways that we consistently be giving back and taking care, minimizing our impact. Gratitude for the moon and the sun, for the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, terms of strength and courage, being held in both energies. Giving gratitude for the indigenous peoples of this land. So the Salish, Kootenai, and Blackfeet tribes. Here where I am at. I also have been encouraging folks to look at obviously the lands that you're seated on, but also the lands of the spaces that you were raised on. So the Crow and the Cheyenne, the Minnesota, Ojibwe, and the Anishinaabe people. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Give gratitude to our bodies and to ourselves for showing up on our mats. Putting in the time to do this practice. We give gratitude for this practice and for Black and brown people as the original creators of it. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. If there's a person or persons, place or places you want to dedicate your practice to today, please be encouraged to bring them into your mind's eye and draw them down to your heart center and send them extra love and care and kindness today. Nice deep inhale. Slowly, if your feet aren't already, your soles of the feet aren't already on the mat, kind of shift up off the block a little bit, and then just kind of move the knees back and forth side to side. Be mindful and careful here. If it's a lot on your back, just go ahead and come off of the block. Let's think about tucking the tailbone as you lift the hips, and then slowly pull the block out from underneath the hips. And then go ahead and slowly just rock the knees back and forth side to side. So massaging out through your low back and your sacrum, your tailbone. And slowly we rock ourselves over to your right or left hand side. We're going to press ourselves all the way up to a seat. Scooting ourselves back. Going ahead and coming into a comfortable seated position. Take the arms up overhead. Interlock the fingers and flip the palms up to the sky. We'll just do one round of Kapalbhati. So nice deep inhale. Exhale. And then we snap the low belly in. The inhale happens automatically. Pay attention to the exhale. Exhale, slowly release the hands. Rock the neck back and forth side to side a little bit. Finding a little bit of pull and stretch. You can pull down through that shoulder, maybe tuck the chin a little bit more. So like to lift the head through the center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Pull through the crown of the head, pull down through the shoulder. Hands come to knees, and then we slowly let ourselves kind of move and shift through center line. Engaging our low belly, checking in with our feet and our shins. We go for 3, for 2, and for 1, and slowly bring it back that opposite way. We go for 3, for 2, and for 1. And then go ahead and slowly roll yourself over the knees and shins. Come into your tabletop. So small mini back bends. So tucking and folding. Inhale. Chest pulls forward. Tailbone tucks as you lift the hips. Check in with the hips. Kind of press down through the tops of the knees and the shins, checking in with where you're at this morning. Right? Slow movements. And then inhale, chest pulls forward. Exhale, press and pull. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, press and pull. 2 more. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, press and pull. 1 more. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, press and pull. Inhale, back into table, and take the hands out in front, dropping down through the chest. The third eye comes down to the mat. And we just rock back and forth, side to side a little bit, shifting back and forth in puppy pose, opening up through our shoulders. Maybe you do some circles with your chest towards the mat. If you go one way, make sure you go that opposite way. And then slowly we pull ourselves forward, dropping down through the hips, taking the forearms flat to the mat. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. And press here, and then inhale. Sphinx pose, press down into the tops of the feet, pull the chest here, big inhale. Exhale, hold. Shoulder blades roll down the back. 2 more, big inhale. Exhale, hold. 1 more time, big inhale here. And exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Hands are gonna come next to the bust line, and we're gonna wave ourselves up. Hold here in baby cobra. Elbows come close to the side, body roll back and down through the shoulders as the shoulder heads pull forward. Tops of the feet are flat to the mat and pressing down. Big inhale here. Exhale, hold. 2 more, big inhale. And exhale. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower. And then wave yourself back up again. Inhale. We come up. Exhale, lower down. Try to move from the strength of the spine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Or the muscles in the back. You can squeeze your glutes. Inhale up. Exhale down. Release your glutes when you get down to the mat. And then inhale up. Exhale down. Hands can come out. Actually, you're gonna take your hands. This is a little bit of a bitch, but it's like my least favorite posture. I really don't like to teach it. But locust pose, okay? So you're gonna rock and bring your hands underneath you. So your palms are flat to the mat. And you lay on your palms. Your chin is out on the mat. And then you're gonna lift your right leg as your left leg just kind of hangs limp here. Big inhale. The lift comes from the glute and the hamstring. You're trying to keep your hips in a nice straight line. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. Straighten through the leg and lift. Big inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Same thing on that opposite side. Inhale, lift the leg. Right leg hangs limp. I'm not mirroring you here. Exhale, hold. 2 more. Inhale, lift through the leg, point through the toes. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Here, you're gonna turn your face flat to the mat, like you're kissing the mat, right, or the floor. Hands are gonna shift underneath you a little bit again. You can shift back and forth. So your pinkies are together to touch. It's like bouncing, or it's like receiving a volleyball, right? Like if you were gonna do a bump, but your hands are flat rather than kind of coiled together. And then you're gonna zip your feet up through your midline. And then you're gonna press into your palms, roll your shoulders back, and lift your legs. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, hold.
2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, hold. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Lower all the way down. You want to keep your face down towards the mat so you don't rock forward onto your throat. And then just take your hands out from underneath you, out to the side. Let some blood flow come back into your elbows. Nice deep inhale here. And exhale. We'll do one more like floor back bend and spine strengthener. So arms come out to your sides like airplane wings. Check in with your shoulders, check in with your elbows. Chin comes out on the mat. Zip your feet up together. And then on the next inhale, hands, feet, arms, legs, chest, all come up off the mat. Big inhale here. Exhale, hold. Once the hands get next, like and out at the same height of the ears, then you can pull back and lift through the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Take that opposite cheek. We'll do one more here. So pull your heels towards your glutes. Your hands are going to come around to grab onto the tops of the feet. Pinky fingers are in alignment with your toe cleavage. And then your chin is out on the mat. And then on the next inhale, you slowly kick up into the hands. Nice deep inhale, hold here. Exhale. Take your eyes up to the ceiling like you could see your feet back behind you. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. 1 more time, big inhale, lift and kick. Exhale, release. Take the legs all the way down to the mat. Take that opposite cheek again. Let some blood flow come back into your spine. You can always windshield wiper the legs back and forth, side to side too. And then take the hands right next to the bust line and press to the palms. And then take your knees wide and rock yourself right back into your child's pose. Again, check in with the tops of the thighs, right? So maybe applying pressure on one side of the body. Checking out where you're holding your bones in the body and shifting through center line. Maybe doing the same thing on that opposite side. Exhale, hold. And then when you're ready, slowly walk the hands back towards you. Shift over onto your seat and bring yourself all the way down into your Shavasana. So all floor. This is a good one for all bodies, right? If we're on the floor and like you don't have use of legs, you're really tired, like right, it's just all back side of the body stuff, and then slowly we lower ourselves all the way down onto our backs. Toes can flop out to the side, palms can face up to the sky. Stay here in your Shavasana and I'll grab our cards for today. I probably read my own cards yesterday. Well, wherever you're at, just keep breathing. Staying with your breath. Definitely can't play my cards. Maybe it wasn't meant to be today. So keeping yourself where you're at, in through the nose and out through the nose. And exhale.
So coming into this space of belief in what it is that we choose to believe based on the things that are written or the things that come to us in media, the things that we just blindly accept because it's a story that's been told for so long. But I think like the space of us remembering this training I was in this weekend, the decolonizing of the white mind. I was in yoga class and I mentioned it yesterday. I had a dude literally scoff. It didn't surprise me that he did. You know, it's gonna take some folks a little while. But I think that there's like this space of, you know, things being taken and us asking ourselves, why? Ooh, I haven't gotten this card before, girl. Power over difficulty. Reclaiming your power. This card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. The snake can be venomous, tempting, or even strangling. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and navigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what might be harmful or dishonoring to you, or even be consuming to you. If someone is bringing a toxic energy to your life, it may be necessary to let the person go, or at least reduce your exposure dramatically. If a situation seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, it's time to rethink your motivation for remaining engaged. And if you're feeling a building resentment for a job or personal task, this card is telling you to learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience, or even exit it altogether. Also, be mindful of your own personal patterns. Consider the causes of your making and the result they're creating. You don't want to become the snake that eats its own tail, consuming your own life force and sabotaging your own desire to move forward. Yet always remember the indomitable strength of your inner spirit and true life force represented here by the swans, who in spite of their gentle beauty are very powerful creatures capable of striking anything that attacks. You have that power as well. This card is telling you to strike out at your own self-sabotaging patterns and to break free of any limiting influences holding you down. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. You have the power now. Affirmation: I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and my relationships. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Again, big inhale. And exhale. Stay here in Shavasana. You can always throw that block or the pillow back underneath you. Just give yourself a little bit of time if you have it. The divine light, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine, and divine love in me sees, honors, and reflects the divine light, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine love in the collectively, in all of us. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning, or whatever time you choose to do this, and for trusting me with your body, heart, spirit, and soul. And to that I say, go in peace and serve love always. so much. Love. I will see you soon.